Hi everyone, I hope you're okay. My name's Tris and this is Double O'Neill. I wanted to do a video today, to do a catch-up video, let's say, an update of the channel. I wanted to kind of give some honest kind of views on things that I've been up to, where motivations have been high, where motivations have been subdued for a while. The channel's had some success lately. I've had some good videos that have come through, which was really satisfying. One of them was preparations for the show, for going to the Kettering Model Railway show, which was really good fun because the whole project we built up at the narrow gauge railway that I'd been working on for the Stratford Barn layout. For the Stratford Barn Railway show, sorry, the layout for that, which is in kind of massive encouragement from Tony's Trains of Rugby. He set me on the task of building up a layout, so I did like a end-to-end type layout with a fiddle yard each end. If you haven't already seen it, you can check out like the first series for that. That's on a playlist on my channel that you can watch. And then I started a second series where we create a loop. It's a simple thing to start to do, but ultimately it still takes a lot of effort. I built a small fiddle yard that went behind and two looped ends, so two semicircles. One of them I scenicked, the other one is yet to be done. I haven't decided what I want to do with it. I didn't have too much feedback from you all from the other loop of what we can do. I've got a few ideas I've been gathering in my head how I'd like it to do, so I might sketch over the next few weeks. I'm going to be out and about with work quite a lot, so I'm not going to be doing too much in the way of videos for that. I also have ideas for other things. But anyway, that video went really well, and that series was kind of seemed very welcome. I had lots of good feedback when I went to the show. A lot of you came up to me and explained that you've been watching the videos, and one of the reasons why you came to the show was to come and see it, and they knew the show was on because they're putting the videos on, so that was nice. It wasn't like it was like hundreds of you telling me that, but there was a few of you. One person said to me, and I didn't pick it up initially, they said, "Oh, I came here on the way to Morrison's." I was like, "Oh, okay," and we were talking for a while. It turned out they're from Coventry Way. I was like, "Where's your Morrison's?" So yeah, they had a slight detour from their Morrison's to make it up over to see the show, which was in Kettering, so that was very kind. I don't know if I caught your name before, but you'll know who you are if you're watching this, so that was really nice. I met a young lady who has visual, let's call it disabilities, and she does a lot of model railway stuff, and she talked to me about my videos. And one thing she said about is when I'm describing things, because she can see a certain amount, but when I'm doing my videos and I'm talking about I've got this and I'm going to put it here, if I don't describe where here is, it's hard for her to pick it up. So I thought that's a fair point. So actually it would improve the way that I convey doing something. So if anyone's listening, they can have their eyes closed. They have a picture in their mind of what I'm putting where, because I'm saying where I'm putting it. So that was great feedback, and honestly lovely to meet actually such a variety of people. You have families and kids that have come past. I tried to make sure the locos are running around and basically just kept some visual interest going on, as well as the static bits for like the kids and that. The front of my layout has got lots of static grass on the front of it, at the front bit. And I think there's a lot of static grass on the fronts of people's jackets by the end of it, and trousers, because people got very close to it. I don't really want to be one of those layouts that put a guard up, but actually it kind of makes sense to have some form of barrier to stop the front of your layout getting worn out. So maybe lesson number one on that one. But it was also nice to have people being able to get so close to it and watch them come past, especially the kids, when they watch the locos go past. That was satisfying for me. So that was that. The other video I enjoyed doing, I went to the Gaydon Model Railway show, and for some reason had some really good success on it. YouTube's algorithm seemed to be kind to me, and I pushed it. So yeah, the channel has done quite well this month, which is lovely. Quite a few new subscribers, so welcome to you who have come, and also hi to everyone that subscribed from the past. Take a moment just to say thank you to my subscribers of old, patrons, channel members, likers and commenters. All of what you do help the channel grow and become what it is. So thank you. I've got a little list down here. So I just want to say actually a big shout out to Tony Strains of Rugby. He supported me very much over the past few years, and he's decided to continue the lease on his shop and keep pushing. It must be hard, one-man band in any shop, trying to promote themselves. So yeah, the only other show I've been to was a sporting model railway show, which I enjoyed going to that one. There was a narrow gauge railway, which was the length of a couple of rooms. It felt like it was massive. So I got lots of footage of that. That was one of the first layouts that I recorded, and so go check out the Spalding video if you haven't already seen it. I didn't get too much at the show. I came away with 3 things. Hope you don't mind Tony fishing around at other places, but I picked up this weathered milk tanker. I'll put it close. I don't think it will be in view here, but yeah, I'm really happy with it. It's got the chassis of what looks like a Great Western style chassis. There's no GW on it, but it's got all the same writing on it as if it was Great Western at that time. I need to kind of look into it a bit more, but it's a Hornby thing. It's a 6-wheel, all metal wheels on it. It was £15, so I thought with the weathering, though it was second hand, not an original box, not a bad price. So that was that. The other thing I got was just another van. I don't think I have a box van of this shape. It's Great Western 12-ton 144293. I'm sure I can look it up and get some more details about it. It's a Bachmann one. It was £8 second hand. Everything seemed right. The buffers have got a bit of corrosion on the end, so I thought I can dust them up. One looks like it's got some white weirdness on it, so I thought we can make that nice again. But I do like the Bachmann quality. They always paint the chassis as well on that one, so it's always nice. But actually I say that there's a bit of black where I feel would be grey when you see the examples of them, so that's nice. The other thing I wanted to get, and I need to find some pictures of them, so maybe on my Instagram, whatever it is, you guys could send me, but I've got this. It's a Battel, it's made in Wales, a Battel water tank thing. I'm not sure exactly what it was for. It's kind of gone a bit murky from where they've like varnished it, and it's gone a bit yellow in places. So I'd like to kind of spruce this up, find out a bit more about it, and do I need to paint it grey on the chassis? That's what I'm assuming I'll need to. But it's got metal wheels on it. They're not super free. They go around alright, but they don't spin for ages, so I can free that one up and restore that. There's no clips, but we can restore all this. So I was happy to get that because I don't already have one of these. So I might redo the buffers and some bits on it and the hook, and make it a bit more, well, up to date, and to match some of the standards of some of the other rolling stock that I have. That was that really. The other thing that I did recently, is you would have seen in the video, is I went to Nen Valley Railway. Some people call it Neen. Me and Tony have fun and call it the Nene Railway, but I say it sometimes. We know it's the Nen. It's a big topic. I seem to get a lot of people commenting on if it's Nen, Neen, or whatever else you might want to call it. But I thoroughly enjoyed my day, and it was really good fun. I think it was a J94 pulling us around. I haven't actually double checked that. It looked like one, and I really enjoyed it. A bit chilly that day, so we were up in our coats keeping warm, and it was spooky on there. They had cobwebs and pretend spiders inside the carriages, which is good fun. Whilst I was there, I picked up, there was a Railway Mania type stuff going on where you could get all sorts of railway things, but they had some model railway bits in, and I picked up this model rail steam Sentinel, and I've always wanted one of these. So I say always, you don't know if you want something until you've got it really. And I picked this up, and it's very, very cute. I wanted to get this. The main reason I wanted to get this, I'm just going to make sure this is in focus for you. I'm going to stand by the camera for this one, but it's very cute. I've seen some videos of them going, and very impressed with kind of what it might build in regards to a layout around it, and I'll talk about that a bit more in a minute. So it's tiny wheels on it. They don't seem to huff and puff when they get going. They seem to just make a steaming noise as they go along, opposed to huff and puff. So yeah, I'd like to learn more about these and maybe make a layout based on small locos. So that was a big kind of win for me. So it wasn't too expensive. It didn't look like it's second-hand. Like the markings on the wheels, everything seemed nice. So yeah, I've got no complaints really. I'd like to DCC it and maybe get some sound for it, but I don't even know if there's a sound file available for it. There's a little bit of room you can see in the top of it for a sound chip, but well, you can plug it in, but there must be some room for this kind of stuff. But there will be an expert, I'm sure, out there who will be able to tell me more on such a thing. But I've got it, which is nice. I'll just pop this away. Pop this to the side just here. That's all the... No, it's not all the second-hand things. I also got this. I've got some new things as well. I've got a 5MT. I went to Tony's Trains of Rugby and he said he had one in stock. And I really like the idea of these. Obviously, I'm a Great Western Railways guy. I like my kings, castles, panniers, prairies, anything that's got the Great Western Railway generally on it. It kind of takes my fancy. But it doesn't mean I don't find these other locos impressive. This loco, basically when I go to the Great Central Railway, they have locos like this. Recently, I had a day with Tony where I went on a 2MT for the day, and I loved it. Absolutely loved it. And yeah, I'd like the idea of running this on my layout. There's a few little tweaks and upgrades I do to it. So obviously put some people inside it. The gauges are just white, so we can put some little lines in them for the gauges. The smoke box door handles, one of them solid, so we can upgrade that. So I just think that will be really, really wonderful. But it'll be nice to have. It's obviously loco driven, loco pickup, and so that'll purely get hooked over on a hook that's in here. So that's something that I'm looking forward to having and running, if I'm honest with you. It's going to be good to have a different bunch. You could have obviously my Great Western Railway locos running, or I can have BR ones. I've got a few different BR ones that I could run, so that kind of offers a new dynamic to it, because I've got a load of BR blue and yellow locos as well that I can run. So that's that one. I'm gonna have to pack all this away afterwards. But before we continue on to the new stuff, I'm going to talk to you about some stuff up into the loft. You coming then, buddy? Cats always love it when we come up here into the messy loft. So this is the arguably very much work in progress. Not really have much time for this. Summertime, I was traveling a lot and I'd had all these ideas of what I want to do with the layout. Still, past this point, I haven't done anything. We had the window put in so we can get some fresh air if we want. At the moment, fresh air equals cold air. It's currently raining outside, but over here there's been, let's say, a reconstitution of the beams. So I've lost the beam that came down here before. That's been beefed up, nice and supported across there, and then it'll be the same for the other side. So that goes down there. That means we can do much more with the layout that comes across here. In the middle, we don't have anything either, just a complete mess. But I'm sure many of your lofts are similar to this. I thought there's no need to hide what my kind of rubbish state is. So what I want to do is across here is make a connecting board here. So let's say at the moment that would be fixed with dowels in it. That would then come across, obviously finish a certain point, and then another one finish, and they can all dowel up. The idea is that I can take them through the loft hatch and put them back on here once I've done the work, and go backwards and forwards. There's something about doing the loft, crawling underneath the boards whilst you're in the loft trying to do things. It's not enjoyable at all. So I want to improve very much the situation. Whilst thinking about things, and you spend all that time procrastinating, you think, I want to redo all of this, rip it all up, do the same kind of thing. So have the whole layout so we can take it downstairs, bring it up. This bit will be changing anyway because I don't have a boiler over here anymore, so I'll be able to go all the way to the back and then cut back round. So layout will change where the lights were. Before, the lights, don't worry, none of this is live, it's all disconnected. All the lights were down the centre of here before, but now I've put some beams in here. I've got Rocket coming up now. Hello, Rocket. He's not as confident, but he comes up. Hello, buddy. So his little hunt around, and they eat spiders and find all the cobwebs they can, so then I have to pull them off them afterwards, which was a bit creepy. Anyway, put all the light fittings on these bits of wood here on the other side, so when I'm standing up here, all my tall friends and neighbours and cousins come around to see the railway, they don't bash their heads on it, because if I just flip the camera. Before, the light used to come out and used to be quite close to my head, so you just had to, you know, move your head slightly and you'd knock it, so that wasn't very fun. So we've kind of swapped this around. So now the lights will be mounted on here and on here, and I just need to get some more light fittings, but that's a question of, I guess, money and time on this one. So when I have a few more pennies in the pocket and a bit more time, I'll get some more light fittings that can run along these beams here. I really like the room very nicely, and the layout will also be lit very well. On this side, down in this corner, I want to section all this off at the back, so the cats can't go in there through the eaves into next door's loft and go hunting and then come back. And I'm thinking, God, my cats aren't going to come back, are they? And then I'll insulate the inside of here, board it up, make all the window fitting. Let's close that one off. Make the window fitting nice around here, make it so it feels good, you know, in the way that it looks in my eyes anyway. And then we can actually do the layout. So for now, I'll be doing other miniature layouts, having some fun doing things out of boards like this size, put something on that and just have a giggle, making something that's enjoyable, small, easy to kind of finish, and just get satisfied from it. And I'll talk about that a bit more now. So what I'd like to talk about is the small layout that I want to do. What I'd like to do is use my Ruston that I have. It's the 48. I think I've got 88 on the way. I've got it on pre-order with Tony. And hopefully when Tony's trains have them in, I'll be able to show you it. So it's kind of a motivational layout. And the reason I say that is because we all have a bit of, it's called burnout with any hobby that you do. And so I try and go down the route of anything that kind of keeps me involved. I like doing painting. I paint the Warhammer models, so I quite enjoy all of that, as well as doing this. And I'd like to kind of move on to something else. The other loop that I talked about with the narrow gauge layout that I've been doing, that hasn't been finished, and I thought, let's do it when I've got some inspiration for it, not force something on it that later on I think, oh, do you know what, I don't like that, I wish I did it differently. What I'd like to do is a layout that is based on things that I've already got. So I've got bits of wood, I've got materials in bricks, I've got plastic card. I think all I need is maybe some nice track. I've always fancied get some bullhead track and a point, and basically have a layout which is kind of maybe 3 lanes in, maybe just 2 lanes in, but 2 lanes in, one with a point that splits off into a Y, so we can do some shunting. So we'll have our steam, like I said, the steam Sentinel, the Ruston, and whatever else it is. You know, you'll still be able to take an 08 shunt on there, even I don't know, a DMU, you know, one of the single ones. You know, could shut it in and pick something up. Do I have like a mini station on there? You know, it kind of leaves you to some kind of really open ideas of what it would be. So I'd like to do a video on that. You know, let me know your thoughts, because we all want to have a layout. What I feel, we all want to have a layout that I can put on my desk. So the layout would be as long as this desk, was my thought. The fiddle yard would be part of that, so that will come in about that much. So we're left with, what, let's call that 60 centimetres, which will be the layout, and then you'll have a foot for something that comes on and off. And you see various layouts, it shows at that. I find them almost more interesting than the really large ones, just because it feels very manageable. It's something that I could do myself. And I'm thinking it doesn't need to be based on anything. Not that anything I've done has really been too much based on anything. I've based a building on something or a station area. But I think using some products that I've picked up that I've not bothered using, try and fit it on in some way. Even if it doesn't quite work, we can change that later. And make something that's very playable. So when I have my little diesels and that, I can have a little shunting session here, and I can pop it on my shelf out the way, and it doesn't take up all my shelf space like my Vale of Idol layout, or Why Not Vale, which is totally backwards. So yeah, so that is what I'd like to do. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. I'd like to hear, and also lets me know that you've got to that stage of the video or you haven't skipped past it. So that's a test for you. Anyway, one logo that I've been looking forward to getting, and we talked about it when I was with Tony's, with a bit of dust on there. When I went to Tony's to do the, I think it was the first podcast that I did with him. Oh no, it was the second podcast that I did with him. I picked this up, and this is the 15XX by Rapido Trains, and I think it's noisy getting it out, but really happy to get one of these. And again, it's not a tended Loco, so it's got that cuter, smaller tank engine look, but it's got the large boiler. I think is it shared with the 94XX, not sure exactly, I'm not an expert on these, but anyway, I need to put the other little fittings and things on it, put some people in, but not really happy with it. I remember seeing one when I went to the Severn Valley Railway. I've got one of their t-shirts on here, and it came barking into the platform in Bewdley, and I recorded it pulling away, and it was cool. It had such a bark to it. So yeah, so I'm happy. The details on it are good. I've got a little bent bit on here, but I can bend that back, hopefully not break it off. But apart from that, it's lovely. So yeah, just to have that style of Loco is cool. There's something about, you know, the American USA tank engines, which they use on the ports and everything. It's got all that kind of front end to it. So I always thought that's kind of quite neat looking, with the smoke box like hanging out the front. So yeah, very cool Loco, which I'm looking forward to utilising. But my layout, as I'm taking forever to do it, mean I won't be able to use it, so I'll probably have to build a small one that's much easier to work on. Maybe my loft will just end up being a place where I have lots of small layouts, and not my big one. Sorry about the squeaking. These windows nice and tight when it goes in. You get your little bag of bits as well, so you can kind of complete the Loco and add the details that you want. And it's a really nice packaging as well. I've been really impressed as the years have gone by. Some of the manufacturers have gone to town on packaging, even a nice owner's manual, so they put a lot of love into that. Another Loco that I got is the Lord President. I fancied it because I love the shape. Obviously, you know, like with the A4s, they have this shape as well. This is a P2, so it's a 282 Loco. Not that I can get the box. It's in a massive box. I've really packaged this well as well, won't be have. And I ummed and ahed whether I should get one or not. But I'm actually not going to get this out of the packaging. Or maybe I will, I don't know. You can't really see it so well when I take it out. You've probably seen these before, but it doesn't squeak as much, this one, when you get it out of the packaging. But look at that. Oh. Just mighty. And it looks very cool. On the rear wheels, they're not flanged, so then it helps it go around corners and everything like that. And the wheels are super close to each other, so it means that I guess they can get as close to realism as they can, because the flanges on these Locos will always be bigger to help it run on our model railway. But no, I'm really pleased. and look forward to getting a few more LNER Locos. I've got 1 or 2 already. I like to get some more because there's something nice about them, and I do like my green Locos. Well, actually, I don't mind any colour Loco really. But there's something iconic about the LNER Locos, and I like the idea of build up a few. The box is good because the tender's connected and it still goes into the packaging. Sometimes you get boxes where the packaging means you have to separate the tender each time. So we'll just put this back together so you can have the fun of watching me do all this. This video is going to be like a low edit video for me. I'm chatting really to the people that enjoy the channel. I'm not trying to go viral with this. You get the flanged rear wheels as well if you want to run them for realism, and some people and some other little bits to fit later on. So that's all nice. I'll pop that in here. Pop that over there. In the pile. I'm not going to get this one out. I just got myself a Battel Britain. I got this ages ago, and I got it from actually a different model shop when I was travelling about, and I kind of regretted it in the end because the rear ladder on the tender was basically not on there. So I asked if Tony could get me some new ones, and he sent off the Loco to Hornby to get fixed. And it was there for such a long time, and basically I asked for it back in the end, so I thought, well, I'll make some myself because it had been many months. I know they've had some new ones of these in now, so maybe I was a bit impatient and maybe they would have some spares, but they'd probably have to rip off another one. So that was a shame, but I love these because my dad had a Triangle one when I was younger, and I just think they're gorgeous. They're really, really gorgeous. Some people might not like it, it's just the nostalgia from when I was a child. Seeing the one that my dad had, so that was special, and it's a cool name, Battle Britain, very iconic. The last one that I wanted to talk about was I like it. Tony leaves the paper, the tissue paper on, and it makes it feel like that extra special thing for you when you get your Loco, like it's still really wrapped. So that's lovely. But I love my BR blue and yellows. And so I picked up the 37. I got it with sound, and I believe it is the Deluxe. Yeah, it's got working fans on it. So I was really happy to pick this one up. Just it's the simple blue and yellow. Just from when I was a child, I'd see these on the railways, and I know I'd like to do a layout like a diesel depot one day. I don't have the confidence yet because I don't understand where everything should be on layouts. I keep looking at layouts that have them. I'd like to, do what they've done. I'd like to do my own thing as well at the same time. But I know at the same time, I'm not going to go in, set the world on fire, creating some layout that's got something slightly different. I think I need to just do things that make me happy, so then I can play, basically. So a small diesel depot where Locos can come on and off. And I once saw one, it was actually at Gaydon last year. It was a really short layout, and the Locos would come on going into an engine shed, and they come out and you'd have a little shuttle, and you take it off and put it back on, and from each end, whatever you wanted. And that was cool. I really liked it. So I'd like to do something like that to emulate what they've done with the sounds as well, with the diesels as they're throbbing away as they're moving. That's really, really cool. So yeah, so I picked that up off Tony quite some time ago now. So yeah, so that's all my kind of purchases. That's not all in 1 month. I'd be incredibly broke. This is over a number of months that I've picked up these things. It's just I've not talked about them. I hope you've enjoyed listening to me rabbit on about everything, and hope you look forward to the things that are coming. Some videos will be ones where we'll build up an entire project. Some will just be me just engaging with you, doing something that's small. I've got little projects that I want to do which are going to keep me happy, and I record what I'm doing. So please come along for the ride. Leave a comment when you do. The comments help. I don't always reply to them because there's quite a few that come through and I get busy, and but I really appreciate the comments coming through. I do read all of them, and please hit that like. We want to help promote the videos. Share them as well if you can. Sharing the videos just gives that motivation to me, because then the videos get more views and I think, oh well, people like what I'm doing, I'll do another video. Anyway, you take care, look after yourselves, enjoy the hobby, have fun, don't overthink it, and yeah, take care of yourselves. Goodbye.